Big developments today when it comes to a stadium decision for the Kansas City Chiefs. The team writing a letter to the Kansas Senate president saying it needs more time to decide. Rachel Hallam joins us with everything we know about the developing negotiations. Rachel,
even after a year of talks, the Chiefs say they still need more time before deciding on a move to Kansas. Now, the Star Bond legislation set to expire June 30th was meant to help lure the team across state lines. In a letter, the Chiefs say they're still fully committed and highlight the work already done. Now, meanwhile, Missouri lawmakers passed an incentives package to keep both the Chiefs and Royals in state. Now, Kansas Senate President Ty Masterson is calling a July 7th meeting of the Legislative Coordinating Council to discuss extending the bond deadline. Now, Masterson says the Chiefs' letters shows momentum, adding, "We're in the red zone, and this extension gives everyone time to finish the drive."